So in the last class, we finished off biasing. Okay, we finished off biasing, and we saw a new type of biasing scheme wherein we used a current source to control to fixate VGS and to control ID. Okay, so that circuit was nothing but a current source, current mirror. Okay, this is your current mirror. Okay, we have also based on the transistors involved here, Q1 and Q2. I have two equations here. One equation which tells me the drain current of Q1, and the second equation drain current of Q2. Now upon comparing these two equations, I found this relation. Okay, ID equals to I reference into aspect ratio of second transistor, second MOSFET to aspect ratio of the first MOSFET. Okay, so if the MOSFETs used in the current Q1 and Q2, if both of these transistors are identical, then this I reference would be same as this drain current. Whatever I reference which you get here can be controlled by the resistor which is involved here. Okay, so by controlling R, you can control I reference. By I reference, you can generate this VGS1, this VGS1 and this VGS2, both will be same because both of them are parallel, right? And Q1, the drain of Q1 is attached to, gate of Q1 is attached to drain of Q1. Okay, a short circuit path which will ensure that Q1 always remains in saturation, and the current which is flowing through Q1, which is ID1, which is same as I reference, based on the formula which we have derived, the final drain current flowing through your actual amplifier. So this is your actual amplifier. Okay, will be same as I reference. Okay, will be a mirror of I reference. Again, mirror means it can be a scaled version or scaled down version. Okay, all right. So with this we finished biasing. The next topic we look at is small signal analysis. Okay, we'll actually have to draw the small signal model, but I don't want to do that now. So what we'll do is we'll solve a few problems. Okay, now these problems I have already posted in your Google Classroom. I don't know how many of you have actually solved it, but anyway, I will for those who have not solved it, I'll solve it now. Okay, see, the only way to understand the concepts in this course is if you solve more and more problems. Okay, if you can't simply by heart, if I simply by heart this, you will not understand anything. Okay, so by solving more and more problems, you will try and grasp the concept behind. Okay, right. So let us look at the first problem. Okay, now typically all the problems here involved in MEC, microelectronics, okay, are typically all design problems. Okay, so design, when I say design, you have to draw the circuit diagram, okay, and you have to find all the resistor values. Okay, I think that much is typical. Right, and another hint I forgot to mention here. Okay, this VDD which is connected here, okay, it is distributed equally among these three components across RD in the form of VRD, VDS and VRS. Okay, so VDD is actually VRD plus VDS plus VRS. Okay, and it is shared equally. Okay, shared equally. So that is the hint here. That's actually a rule of thumb. Okay, you can call it rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is VDD is divided equally among VRD, that is the voltage across resistor RD, VDS, drain source voltage, and VRS, voltage across resistor RS. Right. So in that case, what would be this voltage? This voltage I will call it as VD, this voltage I will call it as Vs. Then in that case Vd will be actually, see, VDD is given as 15 volts. VDD is actually given as 15 volts. Then in that case Vd will be 10 volts, VDS will be actually 5 volts, and Vs will also be actually 5 volts. Okay. VRD will be this is VD, not VRD, but VRD will actually be 5 volts. So that 15 will be split 3 ways. VRD will be 5 volts, VDS will be 5 volts, VRS will be 5 volts. But when I measure VD, okay, VD is the voltage between this point and this point. So obviously it will be 5 plus 5, 10 volts. Alright. So VD is 10 volts, VDS is 5 volts, and VS is 5 volts. Now, okay, let us see what is given. Given data is DC drain of ID equals to 0.5 milliamperes. So ID equals to 0.5 milliamperes. Threshold voltage is 1 volt. Mu n COX W by L. Okay, that is 1 milliampere per volt square. Assuming lambda equal to 0 and VDD is 15 volts. Okay, what you have to find? You have to find the values of R1, R2, R1, R2, RD and RS. Right. Now I think finding the value of RD and RS is quite simple. Right. When I say simple, see, VRD is actually ID into RD. So ID is already 0.5 milli into RD is equal to VRD which is 5 volts. Okay, so from this I get RD equals to 10 kilo ohms. Yeah, 10 kilo ohms. Right. Similarly, VRS is actually same as Vs. Okay, VRS is actually same as Vs is equal to ID into RS. Again, 0.5 milli into RS equals to again 5 volts. So from this you get the value of RS also, which turns out to be same, 10 kilo ohms. Right. So two things I have found. Okay, I have found RD, I have found RS. Now I have to find R1 and R2 values. Right. So to find R1 and R2 value, I need to know this voltage VG. Okay, I need to know what is VG. So for that I have to use the current equation. Right. So let me go down this. Okay. So let me write the current equation. ID equals to half mu n COX W by L into VGS minus VT whole square. ID I know 0.5 milli is equal to half into mu n COX W by L is 1 milli, so 1 milli into VGS I have to find, VT also I have to, VT is also given 1 volt. Right. So if I solve this, I get VGS as, let me calculate, 1 plus 1, 2. VGS is equal to 2 volts. Okay. Now VGS I know, which is 2 volts. Let me copy this figure quickly. You can draw it a bit faster. Okay, R1, R2, RS, this is ground, RS, this is RD, and this is VDD. Okay, so this value is actually VG, right? This voltage is VGS. Okay, current flowing through RS is ID. So when I apply KVL like this, okay, I get VG minus VGS minus IDRS equal to 0. Right, VGS, I don't know the value of VG. VG will tell me what the values of Rn and R2 will be. So VGS I will substitute it here. So VG minus 2 minus IDRS is actually 5. Remember, we got it from this. It is 5 equal to 0. So from this, VG is 7 volts. Okay. Now, see, the current which is entering into the gate is actually 0, right? So R1 and R2 will actually be a voltage divider bias, right? So I can write VG as VDD by R1 plus R2, the current flowing through the voltage divider, into R2, right? So substitute all the values here. 7 is equal to VDD is 15 divided by R1 plus R2 into R2. So if you solve this, you should get R1 and R1 by R2 is equal to 15 minus 7, 8 by 7. Okay, R1 and R2 is actually 8, the ratio is 8 by 7. From this, see, I told you earlier, since there is no gate current entering into the device, R1 and R2 values can be chosen in the order of megaohms, right? So it can offer high input impedance to the signal which is actually given here. Okay, the input signal which is actually given here, right? If you look in this direction, it should offer high input impedance, right? Then in that case, I can select R1 to be 8 megaohms and R2 to be 7 megaohms. Right. So the final diagram which you have, okay, let me clear some of this. Right. So here RD is 10 kilo ohms, RS is 10 kilo ohms, VDD is 15 volts, R1 is 8 mega ohm, R2 is 7 mega ohm. Okay. So always remember, when you are solving this in your exams or whatever in test, right? When it's a design problem, you always have to draw the design circuit at the end, mentioning all the values which you have found it. Okay, RD, RS, R1 and R2. Okay, right. So this is the first problem, a simple design problem. Okay, considering a voltage divider bias and which also has a RS value. Okay, so this you should remember, the hint, rule of thumb. Right, VDD is divided equally among RD, VDS and RS. Alright. Okay. Any queries till here? Any queries till here? No?
Sir,
Yeah.
we are taking RD as a 5 volts now, sir, like 10 volts.
No.
VD.
VD as 10
VD,
volts.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. If our voltage is 15 volts, in BJT, sir, what we were doing is VDD by 2 we were taking, sir.
Where VDD by 2?
There, using a transistor, sir, designing an amplifier circuit,
Okay.
we were taking VDD by 2.
Oh, you took VD is
voltage,
equal to VDD
VC.
by 2 too, like this?
Yes, sir. our swing will be in off now, sir. Like,
Okay. This VCE, right? Just a
yes,
minute.
sir.
I'll use a new page. Okay, this one, right? You had which output characteristics? IC versus VCE, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the IB1, IB2 and IB3. Okay, this I will write it IBQ, and whatever load line you have here, correct? No, VCC by RC,
Yes,
and
sir.
this is VCC, correct? So in the middle you take, this is what you were saying.
Yes, sir.
So this will actually be VCC by 2 and VCC by 2RC. ಇದೆ ತಾನೇ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಇದು ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಏನೋ ಹಾಂ ಹೇಳು.
ನನ್ನ ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಗೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? ಇವಾಗ ಗೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇವಾಗ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ 0 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಗೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಆಫ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, 15 ಪೀಕ್ 15 ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೌನ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 0 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ,
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾವು 10 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಪೀಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 15 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು?
ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 15 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಡೌನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಾನೆ ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ?
ಹೌದು,
ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮೇಲೆ 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ
ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನ 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್
ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಬೇಡ. ಅದು ನೀನು ಇವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಇವಾಗ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಅದೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡೌಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೋ, ಐ ಡಿ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವುದದು ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಐ ಡಿ ವರ್ಸಸ್
ವಿ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಕವ್ ತಗೋ. ಓಕೆ,
ಓಕೆ.
ವಿ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ವಿ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಲೋಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ. ಲೋಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಸಾರಿ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಇದು ವಿ ನಾಟ್, ಇದು ವಿ ಐ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಅದೇನದು ವಿ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಕವ್. ವಿ ಟಿ ಸಿ ಕವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ವಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ನಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ವಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈ ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀನು ಇದ್ರ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಡಿ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದು ಈ ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈ ವಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಒಂದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದು ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಥರ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನದು ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಆರ್ ಡಿ. ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ವೇ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಬೈ 2 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಬೈ 2 ಆರ್ ಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದೇ ತಾನೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ಆಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಮೇಲಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕ್ಯೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಆಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸರ್ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್?
ಆರ್ ಎಸ್
ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 10 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ, ವಿ ಡಿ ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾಂ ಹೇಳಿ.
7.5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತನಾ? ಇವಾಗ 15 ಇದೆ ನೀಟಾಗೆ, ಸೊ ಈಕ್ವಲಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ, ಅದೇ ತಾನೇ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ?
ಇವಾಗ ಆಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ 7.5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನಾ?
ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಓಕೆ 10 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, 10 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಇವಾಗ ವಿ ಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಆಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ವಿ ಡಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, 1/3 ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಆ ಥರ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಅಂತ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಇಸ್ ನೌ 10 volts. ಆವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 3.33 volts. ವಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 3.33 volts ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 3.33 volts. ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಡಿವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿ, ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ವಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್. ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ಸು ಈಕ್ವಲಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ 3.33, 3.33, 3.33. ಓಕೆ, ಆವಾಗ ವಿ ಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಆವಾಗ ವಿ ಡಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
6.66.
ಹಾಂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿ ಡಿ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವಿ ಎಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ವಿ ಎಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಆವಾಗ 3.33 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 3.33 6.66 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್?
ಹಾಂ ಹೌದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಂಬ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನೇನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಡೌಟು?
ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಕ್ವೆರೀಸ್? ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್? Okay, so let us look at this second problem. Okay, this I need a little bit more space. I'll use this one. Okay. This is actually whatever concepts you have learnt, everything has summed up in this, in this problem. That's why I have chosen this. So here what we do is we draw the VTC curve. Okay. Now VTC curve, you already know how it looks like. All right. It is like this. This is actually V naught. This is Vi, and this is your VTC curve. Okay. So I'll make a few points here. This is X, this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. Okay. Remember, if you go back, okay, XA is actually cutoff region. AB is actually saturation. BC is actually triode region. Okay, this we have already seen. So now what I have to do is, when I have to draw the VTC curve, I have to find the coordinates of points. So the solution here is find coordinates of point X, A, B and C. Okay, and another bonus part is imagine a Q point. Imagine a Q point. Okay, like Manoj earlier was saying, this Q point has to be right in the middle, right? So we will take a Q point which is in the middle of the saturation region, and based on this we find the gain of the amplifier. Okay, so this problem, the entire part where the amplifier is used as a switch, whereas it is used as a an amplifier, all those things, all those concepts will come into this. Okay, so first let us look at region XA. Okay, the cutoff region, right? So the given values, these are the given values. RD equal to 18 kilo ohms, VDD is equal to 10 volts, mu COX is 1 milliampere per volt square, threshold voltage is 1 volt. So for region A, okay, which is actually cutoff region, what is the coordinates of point X? What would be the coordinates of point X? Can you guess and tell me this coordinate? this one. Anyone? What would be the point coordinates of point x? X and a, in fact, you can tell straight away. Simple. Remember, at point x, okay, when vi is actually 0, v naught is vdd, right? So obviously the coordinate here is 0 comma vdd, which is 0 comma 10 volts, right? So point x, it is 0 comma 10 volts. At point a, okay, I don't know, I know my y-axis to be 10 volts, but what would be my x-axis? Because here vi is actually less than vt, okay, less than or equal to vt, right? We can v naught will be actually vdd, right? So when vt here turns out to be 1 volt, right? So here till the MOSFET reaches 1 volt, okay, output will be 10 volts. So in that case, it is 1 volt comma, not 1 volt, vt comma vdd. So it is 1 comma 10 volts. So point A, it is 1 comma 10 volts, 1 volt comma 10 volts, right? So we figured out point x and point A, coordinates of point x and point A. Now let us look at region AB. Okay, I'll copy this again. Okay, so first set I am done. Let us look at region AB. Okay, I have to find coordinates of A and I have to find coordinates of B. Okay, now now I know the region A is saturation region. Okay, saturation region. So I know the current equation. Okay, so I know ID equals to half mu n COX W by L into VGS minus VT whole square. Okay, this VGS I can replace it with VI. Okay, so and if I look at the circuit diagram, okay, I'll copy the circuit diagram also. Draw the circuit diagram. This is RD, which is 18 kilo ohms. This is VDD, which is actually 10 volts. And then I have this. This is going to ground. That's it. This is VI and V naught. This is VI. This is V naught. So mu n COX W by L is actually 1 milli amp per volt square. VT is actually 1 volt. Right. So if I apply KVL like this, see the derivations which we have done earlier. Okay, same derivations here. So here when I apply KVL at the output side, so I'll get VDD minus IDRD minus VDS equal to 0. Now VDS I will replace with V naught. Okay, why? Because here in the circuit diagram VGS is same as VI, VDS is same as V naught. Okay, so and substitute this in this, so you'll get VDS or V naught equals to VDD minus half mu n COX W by L into Vi minus Vt whole square into Rd. Okay. Now if I look at point, this point, I already know the coordinates of point A. Okay, so I'm sorry, this is actually wrong. This is 1 volt comma 10 volts. I have to find the coordinates of point B. Now point B is the coordinate where the MOSFET switchovers from saturation to triode, right? So at point B, what would be the limiting condition for the transistor to switch over from saturation to triode, right? That is actually VDS is equal to VGS plus VT minus VT. Okay, so VOB is equal to VIB plus minus 1. So the coordinates of point B, I will designate it as VIB comma VOB. Okay, B to indicate that it is point B, VI to indicate it is input side, VOB to indicate it is output voltage. Right. So this you actually substitute it in this equation. Okay. So from this you will get VOB equals to VDD, which is 10 minus half into mu n COX W by L is 1 milli into V. This slightly change it. This is VIB equals to VOB plus 1. Okay, so substitute this here. I can write this as VOB plus 1 minus 1 whole square into RD, which is 18 kilo. Right. So this one will get cancelled. This kilo and this milli will get cancelled. So finally, VOB is actually 10 minus 18, right? 9 VOB square. Okay. So from this you can write 9 VOB square plus VOB minus 10 equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation which you can solve. Okay, but by looking at this straight away you can say that VOB is 1 volt. Right. If you use your calculator to solve this quadratic equation, you should get two values. Right. One value will be actually invalid. The other one will be valid. One value you will get it in negative. Okay, you can't have your output voltage to be negative, right? The other value will be valid. So, but here you can straight away look. If VOB is 1, 9 plus 1 minus 10 equal to 0. So it satisfies. So VOB is actually 1 volt, and VIB, which is actually VOB plus 1, is actually 2 volts. Right. So I found the coordinates of point B now. Okay. So that is 2, 1. Okay, they are in volts. So point B, it is 2, 1. Right. So almost halfway there. So this will be actually 1 volt. This will actually be 2 volts. Right. Now the final one. I have to find what is point C. So I will be looking at region C. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Right. So this one is 1 volt comma 2 volts. No, sorry, 2 volts comma 1 volt. So x-axis is 1 volt here, and this is 2 volts. Okay, now I have to find point C. So region C or BC. Okay, here I have to find the coordinates of C. Okay, and I know region BC to be in triode region. Okay, so if it is in triode region, I can straight away write the current equation, right? So ID equals to half mu1 CO, not half, sorry, mu1 COX W by L into VGS minus VT into VDS minus half VDS square. Okay, this is the current equation, and since the VDS is actually small, okay, VDS is actually a small value, so which makes VDS square an even smaller value, even smaller, right? So this term you can neglect. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write ID as mu1 COX W by L VGS minus VT into VDS. Okay, replace VGS with VI and replace VDS with V naught. Okay, again if you apply KVL at the output side, the same equation you get this equation, VDD minus IDRD minus VDS equal to 0. Again from this, VDS is equal to VDD minus IDRD. Okay, substitute this value here, so you will get VDS, which is actually V naught, as VDD minus mu1 COX W by L VGS, I'll write it as VI minus VT into V naught into RD. Okay, again substitute all the values here. VDD is 10 volts minus mu1 COX is 1 milli into now VI. Okay, upon close inspection, see I have to find the coordinates of C here. Okay, coordinates of C, it is clear that VIC is actually VDD. Okay, so it is actually 10 volts. So substitute the 10 volts here. So 10 minus 1 into V naught into RD, which is 18 kilo. Okay, if you solve, V naught C is actually 10 divided by 1 plus 18 into 9. Okay, so this will turn out to be 0.0613 volts. Okay, so the final coordinate for C, okay, the final coordinate for C is actually 10 volts comma 0.0613 volts. Okay, so here VDS is not exactly 0. Okay, so don't assume VDS to be 0 or V naught to be 0. It will be there will be a very small value there. So that value you can find it like this using this method. Okay, so I have found out the coordinates of point X, point A, point B and point C. Alright, finally let me select a Q point which is in the middle of the saturation region. Okay, then find what is the gain of that amplifier. Alright, so redraw this diagram again. Okay, this is 2 volts, 1 volt. So B is actually 2 volts comma 1 volt. C is actually 10 volts comma 0.0613 volts. Okay, so I will choose a point in the middle of the saturation region. That point I will call it as Q. This point I will call it as Q. And if you look at the coordinates will be VIQ comma VOQ. This is I. Okay, VIQ comma VOQ. Now if you look at VOQ, okay, it is in the range of 1 volt, this range. VOQ is actually in this range, from 1 volt to say 10 volts. So what I'll do, I'll choose middle value VOQ is equal to say 10 minus 1 divided by 2, 9 by 2, 4.5 volts. Okay, it is right in the middle of point A and point B. Right, I've choose VOQ as 4.5 volts, and if I look at my circuit diagram, okay, this is VI, this is RD, VDD, V0. Okay, this is, if I take this as VOQ and the current, drain current which is flowing here, okay, so I can write ID as VDD minus VOQ by RD. Okay, so VDD is 10 minus 4.5 divided by 18 kilo. So this is actually 0.306 milliamps. Right. See, this value of ID will depend on whichever VOQ value you have taken. Okay, I have taken in the middle of the saturation. If you take here or here, it will obviously change, right? So I've taken it as 4.5 volts. For this 4.5 volts, I've got this as 0.306 milliamps. Right. Now I have to find what is VIQ. Right. VOQ I have found. I have to find VIQ. Remember, VIQ is nothing but a VGS value. Remember, this is VGS value. So this is VIQ. So I have to use the current equation here, and obviously this is in saturation region. So use the saturation current formula. ID equals to half mu n COH W by L V. Instead of writing GS, I will write VIQ minus VT whole square. Okay. So this is 0.306 milli is equal to half into 1 milli into VIQ minus 1 whole square. So if you solve this, you get VIQ equals to 1.782 volts. Okay, I have calculated it. So it is 1.782 volts. Right. So the coordinates of this Q point is actually 1.782 volts, comma 4.5 volts. Okay. So Q point also done. Now I have to find gain. What is gain? Usually how gain is calculated is you draw a tangent at the Q point. Okay, graphically speaking, draw a tangent at Q, take the slope of the tangent, you will get delta V naught by delta Vi. That will give you gain. But we also derived a formula, okay, for gain. Okay, that formula is voltage gain AV equals to V naught by Vi is equal to actually minus 2 VRD divided by VGS minus VT. Okay, so this is what we derived, right? VRD is the voltage drop across RD, VGS minus VT is the overdrive voltage. So minus 2 into what would be VRD? Okay, VRD would be VDD minus VOQ. So it is actually VDD minus VOQ. Remember, when you are calculating gain, it has to be at Q point. okay, not anywhere else. Okay, so that is why I have to write VOQ here. Okay, and in the denominator I have VGS minus VT. VGS here will become VIQ minus VT. So substitute all the values. Minus 2 into 10 minus 4.5 divided by VIQ, which is 1.782 minus 1. So you get minus 14.066. So this is the gain of the amplifier. Okay, for a Q point of this is the gain of the amplifier if the Q point is 1.782 comma 4.4 volts for this Q point. Okay, so in this problem what we have done is we have drawn the VTC curve. For drawing the VTC curve, we have demarcated 3 regions of operations: XA, which is cutoff region; AB, which is saturation region; BC, which is triode region. Finding the coordinates of point X and point A straightforward. Why? Because if VI is less than VT, okay, V naught will be automatically VDD because the transistor is off. So points coordinates of X will be 0, 10 and coordinates of A will be 1, 10. Now finding out B, for coordinates of point B. B is the coordinate where the MOSFET transfers from saturation region to cutoff region. So to find point B, I have to use saturation current equation. From that I have to find I have to use the saturation current equation, and from that I have to use the limiting condition. This very important. This I have to use. I have to use the limiting condition, which is VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Right. VDS is output, so I'll write it as VOB. VGS is input, which is nothing but VIB. So from this I'll write VIB as VOB plus 1. So substitute all the values. From this you get a quadratic equation in terms of VOB. Okay, from that you solve for it, you get VOB value. Remember, 2 values you get, one will be invalid, one will be valid. Okay, by looking at the values you can easily straight away tell, okay, which is valid and which is not. And from VOB you get VIB. So there itself you got the coordinates of point B. Okay, so it is 2 volts comma 1 volt. And finally for point C I have to use the triode equation, triode current equation. In this, VGS is actually VDS is actually a very small value, so which makes VDS square even small. So the second term can get neglected. Right. Then substitute, use KVL equation at the output side, at the drain side, drain and source side. You will get this equation. Substitute the value of ID in this. Okay, and finally find the value of VOC. Okay, VOC. Now this is considered here, what we considered is VIC to be 10 volts. Okay, which is same as VDD. This is actually VDD. Okay. So from that you get VOC, which turns out to be a very small value. See, 0.0613 volts. Alright. So from that you get the coordinates of point C, and I have chosen a Q point which is in the middle of the saturation region. Okay, so that is why that is 4.5 volts. Again, from VOQ is 4.5 volts. Then I have to find the drain current. From the drain current I have to find VIQ. So I get the Q point now. Q point of the in the VTC curve. Then finally voltage gain. Use this formula, minus 2 VRD by VGS minus VT. Okay, VRD is voltage across RD. VGS minus VT is overdrive voltage. Right. VRD is VDD minus VOQ by RD. VDD minus VOQ. and VGS minus VT, VGS is VIQ, substitute all the known values, you get the final gain. Don't forget to write the minus. Why? Because if you take the slope of the VTC curve, okay, it is negative. So there itself you should get to know that this is actually an inverting amplifier. Okay, so we'll stop now. There are two more problems which I'll take up in the next class. Okay, any queries here, drop me a message. Okay, okay, you can exit the chat.